Good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Shoreline Community College nursing class of winter 2021. Yay! I'm Mary Burrows. I'm the Dean of Health Occupations and Nursing. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Shoreline Community College, I would like to welcome all of the family and friends of the graduates who are here today to share in this celebration. Before we begin the ceremony, I'd like to comment on the fortitude and commitment of these students to become nurses during this time. They have endured a transition to online education, had their worlds turned upside down by the pandemic, and are living through a great uprising against racial injustice. These events have shaped who they are becoming as nurses. They have developed skills they likely didn't imagine needing or wanting. I am so proud of your commitment to become nurses in this difficult time. I would also like to recognize some honored guests who planned on joining us today. Shoreline Community College Board of Trustees Chair, Dr. Catherine D'Ambrosio, who is also a nurse. President of the college, Dr. Cheryl Roberts. Vice President for Student Learning, Philip King. Sharon Lowenborg, the nursing program coordinator and the glue that keeps us all together, continue to be able to work together. Cheryl Allendorfer, who's the manager of tutoring services at the college. Danica Totten, who's the program manager for the testing center. Derek Levy, who's the dean of student support and success. And finally, our incredible nursing faculty, who I have the privilege of working with and who guide this excellent nursing program. And all the family members and friends of the graduates. Your support has been essential to these graduates achieving their dreams of becoming nurses. Thank you for all that you have done to support them in many different ways. Dr. Catherine D'Ambrosio is a practicing nurse since 1983, and she was appointed by the Washington's Governor Inslee and serves on the Shoreline Board of Trustees since 2013. She is currently serving as the chair, and she has a message from the Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Burrows. My name is Catherine Post D'Ambrosio. I serve as chair of Shoreline Community College, your college's Board of Trustees. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's my honor and my privilege to get to speak with you and welcome you to, I think it's our third virtual School of Nursing convocation. Each of you here today are making history as you commemorate the completion of what had, prior to 2020, when you guys were in school, uncharted areas of academic accomplishments. Nursing convocations or pinning ceremonies really hark back to the Maltesian crosses of St. George that were first awarded in the 12th century when nurses took vows to serve injured and infirmed soldiers. Following the Crimean War, which ended in 1856, Miss Florence Nightingale was herself awarded the Maltesian Cross of St. George. Miss Nightingale shared this honor with other nursing scholars by presenting medals of excellence to her most outstanding nursing graduates. American nurses have, for more than 150 years now, carried on this tradition in our convocation ceremonies. Historically, nursing convocations or pinning ceremonies were private ceremonies attended only by nurses and nursing graduates. Each graduate had a mentor who professionally guided their clinical practice and application of nursing knowledge. Then they pinned them during the ceremony and continued the mentoring ever after. But convocations, what's important is this really symbolizes the rite of passage from student to nursing professional. And it's important that just like the mentorships, your learning has just begun. You can never stop learning about the precise scientific, professional nursing care needs of each of your patients. Registered nurses are consistently rated the most trusted professionals in the United States. The health, the function, the quality of life of our communities, our society, our world, and our future are depending upon each of you. Your professional nursing practice excellence, your dedication to learning and to continuously improving your practice, and to applying what you learn to optimize each of your patients' health outcomes, functional outcomes, and quality of life outcomes. I'd like to thank the family members who have supported your nurse. And graduates, you have already made history, and you're going to make some more history as you step boldly and bravely into the future, beginning your nursing professional career during what we hope is the tail end of a global pandemic, taking risks that few of us have ever voluntarily taken. An entirely new level of dedication and perseverance will be required of each of you. And I know making history is never fun. We all rather read about it than do it, than live it. And we stand in awe of your bravery, your courage, your determination, and the perseverance you will have to muster to forge ahead in this strange, new, too often virtual world. Unlike many degrees and certificates that you guys have earned in the past and will no doubt earn in the future, this degree, this RN, identifies who you are as well as what you do. You are now part of the most trusted profession in America. From this point forward, you hold the health of our society in your hands. Stay safe, protect your patients, never look the other way. Protect yourself and your own family. Shoreline's Board of Trustees wishes each of you the very best as you embark upon your professional nursing future. You have our heartiest congratulations. Dean Burrows, it's yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. D'Ambrosio. Next, I'd like to introduce our SCANS co-president, Alex Yates.
Thank you, Mary, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Yates. I am a soon-to-be fifth quarter nursing student and co-president of SCANS. And for those of you who don't know what that stands for, that is the Shoreline Community College of Association of Nursing Students. I'm honored to be here once again to speak about SCANS and to recognize some of our graduates for their contributions. I would first like to say a few things about SCANS. I would like to note that it is not just an empty resume builder. It actually serves a range of functions for both our nursing student body and for the program itself. New students begin Shoreline overwhelmed with mountains of information, high personal expectations, and perhaps a fair degree of anxiety about the impending rigors of nursing school. But each quarter, SCANS reps coordinate an official welcome celebration for new students, where they impart wisdom and study tips, where they help set expectations and relieve fears about the road ahead, and where they pair up with new students with second quarter buddies to provide ongoing support and connection. SCANS officers also arrange a quarterly Lunch and Learn series with speakers from the community to share stories, insights, and information about myriad subjects related to nursing. SCANS officers launched the Nursing Learning Center to help support their peers academically with weekly scheduled tutoring sessions. SCANS officers have historically coordinated a used scrub sale and an annual fundraiser to help support their peers in financial need. SCANS officers act as liaisons and provide a student voice in faculty, evaluation, and curriculum committee meetings. SCANS officers post on social media, providing a public face for our organization. SCANS officers are ambassadors for the nursing program at Shoreline, meeting and speaking with students taking health sciences prerequisite classes to help bridge the gap in the application process. SCANS officers co-produced this graduation ceremony. All of this and more, and this on top of an exhausting schedule and the academic rigors of a highly respected two-year nursing program. And so I repeat, SCANS is not just a resume builder, but a student-run organization full of people truly embodying the spirit of what it means to be a nurse. striving to continuously learn and grow, to build community, to help others. So now, as promised, I would like to recognize a few members of the graduating class who have served in SCANS in some and sometimes multiple capacities. Marissa Evans, who was a cohort rep for the 2nd through 5th quarter, a peer tutoring rep, CUSIN content coordinator, founder pretty much of our Nursing Learning Center, and involved in some early discussions over the course of this past year regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion. Sumi Lee, a social media manager, making sure that folks out there know what's going on in the program. So not just nursing students, but the Shoreline community at large. Gabby Lowe, who joined as a 6th quarter cohort representative. Katie Mesmer, a CUSIN content coordinator, and also involved in discussions around diversity, equity, and inclusion. Joyce Ramos, who also helped out with as a social media manager, once again, making sure that everybody's kept up to date in the goings on of SCANS. And then Anastasia Serenetskaya, a cohort rep for 1st through 6th quarters. So long haul start to finish. So thank you all so much for your participation. You all brought so much to SCANS, and you will be missed. So thank you, everyone, and not just SCANS, but the entirety of the graduating class. Congratulations. Still, given the age of COVID, it's not an easy time to be entering the field of nursing, but as we know, the need is just as great as ever. And I know that y'all are well equipped not just to do the job, but to excel in everything you take on. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Next, we have a special ceremony to induct some of the graduates into our Honor Society. I would like to introduce Faculty Advisor Mark Glover.
Hi, people. I knew I would see you here. I'm Mark Glover, the 3rd quarter instructor for the nursing program at Shoreline Community College, and I am the faculty advisor for Odin. I am so proud of this entire class. Like nurses everywhere, we all know the extreme commitment and fortitude that's needed to achieve this goal. All have struggled through this process, dealing with our lives outside of school while still maintaining the required level of achievement. It can be extremely difficult. Some have maintained an exceptional level throughout their prerequisites and then through this entire program. And this moment is to recognize them. In the spring of 2012, the Organization for Associate Degree Nursing, also known as ODEN, approved the formation of a National Honor Society for Associate Degree Nursing programs. Shoreline Community College Nursing Program has been chartered as the Delta Eta chapter of ODEN, Alpha Delta Nu Honor Society. Eligible students receive an invitation in the 4th quarter to be considered for for provisional membership. To be considered for a full membership, they have to have attained a 3.0 or higher overall grade point average for all prerequisite courses. Then they must attain a 3.0 grade or higher in every nursing course, some of which are pretty darn complicated. And throughout this, they have to demonstrate in conduct on campus and in the clinical areas that reflect integrity and professionalism. ODEN members work to promote scholarship and academic excellence in the profession of nursing. They work to recognize academic excellence of students in the study of associate degree nursing, and they encourage the pursuit of advanced degrees in the profession, as well as continuing education as a lifelong professional responsibility. And with that, I'll turn it over to an officer of ODEN, Audrey Dessif.
Thank you, Mark. The graduates that are being inducted into ODEN are Sarah S., Elena Bouzet, Spencer Buckley, Corey Button, Marissa Evans, Sumi Lee, Catherine Mesmer, Maya Rosenfield, and Anastasia Sernetskaya. Congratulations for your achievements.
Good job, guys. Take a bow. Oh, well, one more thing. Can anybody tell me the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Well, anybody can roast beef. Yeah, okay, never mind. Continue.
Thanks, Mark. Hang on, I'm having a little technical difficulty. Here we go. Each class chooses one of their classmates to be their student speaker. This class has chosen Anastasia Cerniskaya.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. I'd like to first thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of this incredible cohort. It's an honor, and I'm so proud to be among you. We started off our journey 2 years ago at orientation, sitting less than 6 feet apart in 2308, shyly getting to know one another over small talk and our anxieties about nursing school. And I remember the feeling of all of my work accumulating to that moment. Years of prerequisites, studying for the PACs, working as an NAC, all for that one letter from Mary and Shannon saying that I had made it into the program. It was a joy that I think each and every one of us shared and continue to look back on with a smile. Now, getting into nursing school is not a small feat, but it was obvious that we had another type of beast ahead of us all. We were all a little nervous, to say the least, and there were whispers of 17-page NPPs, impossible finals, and papers that would leave us up all night. Now, as much as these things all caused us to worry, we found solace in one another. We were each other's confidants. We supported one another and wouldn't let each other fall. Our different backgrounds had made us all each other's strengths. Now, some of us had had previous careers as firefighters, EMTs, estheticians, swim instructors, and of course, our beloved bartenders. Some of us have children or had children during the program and were able to share their experiences with us as we learned how to work with kids and their families. Some of us had years and years of healthcare experience, and for others, it was the first time that they held a patient's hand and helped them through their day. But all in all, we built off of each other and used our background to make us stronger. Everything that we have endured and shared has shaped not only ourselves, but the people graduating with us. And as you become nurses, remember that the sharing of knowledge and your experience is just as important as obtaining it, because without sharing, our knowledge has no value. In early 2020, the first case of the coronavirus appeared in Everett at one of our very own clinical sites. We didn't know what to expect, but we persevered. Thank you to all of the instructors who showed us grace and led with compassion as we adapted to the online format. We didn't know what the future held for us, our families, and healthcare as a whole, but we pushed through with the support of our loved ones, our instructors, and each other. It was also at this time that a long overdue national awakening on systemic racism and social inequality came to a head with the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. We had difficult conversations, we challenged ourselves, and we asked questions to grow our own understanding of how discrimination was embedded in healthcare and our society. I encourage you all to continue doing this work. Read, listen, engage when appropriate, and understand that your lived experience is not the lived experience of others. As nurses, we will have the unique opportunity to impact the lives of others in a new way and to challenge the healthcare system from the inside out. And most importantly, to our classmates who are Black, Indigenous, and people of color, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your stories with us. Your voice is honored in healthcare and in our community, and we will keep striving to uplift it and doing the work to support you. We've grown a lot in these last 2 years, as people, friends, family members, significant others, and as nurses. These years have molded us to be resilient, to think outside the box, and to trust the process. The challenges that we have faced and overcome have been one of our greatest achievements. And as this door closes, use what you have learned here at Shoreline to take on whatever lies on the other side of the next one that opens. And another thing, we were always told that we were the quiet ones. And although we might have been a tad more subdued than the rest, we have made such a loud impact. I'm so proud of you all. Let's keep showing them what we're capable of. Congratulations, everyone.
Fabulous sentiments, Anastasia. Thank you. The graduating class also chooses a faculty member to speak. Today they have chosen Professor Betty Cost.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. As I always did in class, right? Welcome, family, friends, faculty, administrators, and graduates to the graduation ceremony of Winter 2021. I want to thank the graduates for the honor of speaking with you today. I met this cohort in spring 2020 at the beginning of their fourth quarter of nursing school. Nothing unusual with a new group of students at the beginning of a new quarter, but there was something very special about spring 2020. It was the first quarter of totally online instruction for the Shoreline Nursing Program and most likely the world. As all of you know, COVID-19 made its way to the United States and is still a large part of our daily lives. None of us knew what to expect. All of us had huge amounts of anxiety. Going to nursing school is hard enough without a pandemic. Ask any nurse. But going to nursing school during a pandemic with all its inherent worries, will I get it? Will I survive if I do? What about my parents, grandparents, siblings, children, friends, and neighbors? Is not for the faint-hearted. No, it takes a courageous and spirited person to get through it. This cohort is of that ilk. Not only did they survive, but they thrived. They met every challenge head on and did well. Now they are ready for the challenge of starting a nursing career during a pandemic. All of us have read in the news about nurses leaving the profession in great numbers, suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome and burnout. Caring for the numbers of acutely ill COVID patients has taken its toll on healthcare professionals during the past year. Nurses are known for their compassion and desire to help others in need. As Jack Kornfield, a nationally known author on mindfulness and a Buddhist monk, says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Nurses should also care for themselves. Caring for yourself means taking time to recharge, to be with others who love and care for you, to spend time feeling the feelings and letting them go. As the Dalai Lama says, if you feel burnout setting in, if you feel demoralized and exhausted, it is best for the sake of everyone to withdraw and restore yourself. We all need to find what gives us consolation during this pandemic. Although with the vaccines, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, we still need to be vigilant and work on self-care. Spending time reflecting on your work and our response to it. Take time to talk with other nurses, giving encouragement and solace. Work as a team, helping each other when one is overwhelmed. Listen to music that heals your heart. Read something that appeals to you. But best of all, listen to your heart. In closing, I want to remind everyone that we only have this day, this moment. Remember to breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure. Congratulations to our new nurses. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.
You're welcome.
All right, next on the agenda is a presentation of graduates. Now, if we were in person, we would have the graduates come across the stage and be greeted by someone important to them who would pin them, pause a moment for photos, and then move off for the next graduate. Unfortunately, we can't do the pinning, but in person, but we can celebrate you. So Betty and I will read your name. And as we do that, everyone will see a slide that you made to represent you and your nursing. All right. When we get done with this, we are all going to unmute and yell and scream and clap. Okay, here we go. Sarah Asp. John Trevor Beaton. Juan Bennett. Elena Booz.
Yay!
Spencer Buckley. Corey Button. Roxanne Comaros.
Yay!
Herschel Cox.
Yay!
Amy Dunbar. Megan Duty. Maria Luisa Espinoza Kemp. Take it away, Betty.
Marissa Evans. Joki Jatomi. Kiri Hing. Ulissa Holt. Kaylin Joachim. Manpreet Kaur. Sue Nee Lee. Gabby Lowe. Jermaine Madrid. Katie Mesmer. Eugene Mao. Veronica Moore. Micah Niederkron. Laura Owens. Alistair Pascal. Noelil Joyce Ramos. Maya Rosenfield. Anastasia Cernetskaya. Katrina Stanley. And last, Nicole Wong.
And with that, I'd like everyone to unmute and to celebrate the graduating class of winter 2021.
Get it, Sarah.
Congratulations. I just heard somebody say, I did it. Yes, you did. I also saw someone said that they kept nursing school a secret from their parents or from their family. Who was that? Who was that?
I think it was me. My mom is watching today. She's watching from Europe.
Wow. What a surprise. All right. Moving on before I start crying. Another tradition at nursing graduations is for all of the nurses, including the graduates, to recite the Nurses Pledge, which is an adaptation of the Florence Nightingale Pledge. It will appear on the screen. Would all of the nurses in the audience and the graduates please unmute and join me in reciting the pledge? I pledge myself here
in the
presence of this assembly
to practice my profession with integrity. I will endeavor to
maintain
and elevate the standard of nursing, both as a science and as an art. I wholeheartedly recognize the importance of high standards of care, of personal accountability. I devote myself to the healing, protection, and welfare of those committed to my care. Accepted a duty to work for the improvement of health in the communities in which I live and work.
No.
I will
hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and will respect the privacy of medical information. I will act with compassion in ethical matters. I will responsibly and safely administer medication. I commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning. I fully acknowledge the seriousness of the responsibility that I accept in my calling and the significance of this pledge that I take today.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations.
We now have a special presentation.
Anastasia, would you like to take that?
I took that picture. Oh, here.
I think this one's going to be done by Gabby Lowe.
Oh. Thank you, Gabby.
Sorry, I didn't know what I'm supposed to say, but anyways, this is for Betty Koss because she will be retiring soon, and we just want to let her know how much we appreciate her. So if you want to go ahead and start the slideshow.
I'm speechless. And you know that means that doesn't happen very often.
You're
Thank you
awesome,
so
Betty.
much. Thank you.
Betty,
Go out there and be great nurses.
I just want to say, Betty, you've made such a ginormous impact on every single one of these students and every single person from the cohort before. Every student I've ever talked to had said something nice about you. You've made such a tremendous impact on this whole program. Thank you for being a part of it and for changing our lives.
Betty is the mama of the nursing program. She's so full of love for all of their students. She holds a high standard. She has high expectations, and she supports students in getting there. We love you, Betty.
I love all of you too.
Okay, now for a little bit of business. Best wishes as you go forth in your nursing career. We expect to hear from you in the next few weeks as you pass NCLEX and get jobs. I know many of you already have jobs. Don't forget that you will hear from me in 6 to 9 months to complete the postgraduate survey, that very important survey required for accreditation and to maintain our quality program. Don't forget about me, okay? To family and friends, thank you all for coming. Be sure to watch the media presentation that follows. And congratulations to the class of Winter 2021. Unmute.
Yay! Good job! Yay! You did it, Trevor!
끝난 거야? 벌써?
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seemed impossible to face, and when someone else instead of